Good morning, my dear respected students. Today, as per your requirement, I'm just begin with the concept of that how we are supposed to attempt 5 marks question that related with a binary file. मेरे प्यारे बच्चों एक बार क्वेश्चन प्लीज ध्यान से देखिएगा, फिर उसके संदर्भ में बातचीत करेंगे. क्वेश्चन सेज given a binary file that is emp.dat, that is a data file, has structure. Uska structure kya hai? What that particular file is being stored? First of all, that is employee id, employee name, and third requirement is employee salary. आप बोल सकते हैं, आप जो मेरे सामने बैठे हुए हैं, घबराने की आवश्यकता नहीं, बिल्कुल ध्यान से और यहां देखते जाइए और मेरे साथ बातचीत करते जाइए. Write a function in Python that is a count sal, that is a count salary, I think so, in Python, that would read content of the file emp.dat and display the details of those employees whose salary is greater than 20,000. मेरे बच्चों, इसका अर्थ ये हुआ, they assume that they already having a data within a particular file that is a emp.dat, and they are supposed to read that content with the help of a function, and they display only those records which having a salary which is greater than 20,000. I am not going to perform this question. I'm just begin from a root level where we discuss that how we are supposed to write the content. After that, where how we can display the data, and third point we say is that how we can display the data as per the criteria. As per this question, the criteria will be salary greater than 20,000. It's my humble request, kindly concentrate. I having content with me. मेरे बच्चों, it's my request that you are requested to kindly concentrate here. First of all, first and most important thing which is required when we talk about a binary file, that is a module, and the name of the module is pickle. मुझे आवाज आए, क्या है बेटा? Pickle. First thing is, and remember in your brains that when we talk about a pickle module, in case of a pickle, P-I-C-K-L-E, pickle module, they having two different things. Number one, and after that there is number two. Sir, for reading in this module, we have a function that is to be called as a load, and for writing purpose we having a function that is to be called as a dump. मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, it's very important to remember that for reading we required load, and for writing we required dump. First and most important requirement. Second thing which is required, that for reading purpose, when you want to read the content, the mode which is used for that is to be called as a RB. Sir, in text file we having a mode that is R for reading, but why you are writing RB? Because this is a binary file that says R for read and B for reading a binary file. मेरे बच्चों को मेरी बात समझ आ गई? Similar fashion, when we are supposed to write something within a particular file, we have two different modes. First is to be called as a WB. मेरे बच्चों, WB का मतलब writing in a binary file, whereas one more mode will be there that is to be called as a AB. Sir, AB stands for append. A for append, appending in a binary file. मेरे बेटा, what is the difference in between write and append? What is the difference between write and append. In case of write, if that particular file previously having a data, the data is going to be deleted. But in case of append mode, they are not going to delete the existing data. Exist data को delete नहीं करेगा. मेरे बच्चों को मेरी बात समझ आ गई है? Kindly concentrate on the screen now. It's very important and very easy to understand. First and most important thing, here it is. First, we are just considering an function which is named as emp underscore in. I am just creating this function for writing data, but as per your question, they are never saying that you are supposed to write the data. So it means in examination, you are not supposed to write this particular function for writing data as per the question. But when we talk about what happened here, बेटा मेरे बच्चों मेरी बात सुनो, क्या होगा राइटिंग के लिए? सबसे पहले आपके ब्रेन में वो कॉन्सेप्ट होना चाहिए. यू हैविंग इंफॉर्मेशन इन योर ब्रेन, सर if I want to read a content from a book, first of all, what we are going to do, we are supposed to open that book. मेरे को करना क्या है? मुझे उस बुक को क्या करना है सर? ओपन करना है. In a similar fashion, what we are going to say here, kindly concentrate on the content, that is obj1, which is an object. Open is a function which is supposed to open a file which is to be called as a emp11.dat. I'm just going to change the name here. For example, I just mentioned here emp12.dat. It's up to me that I want to make changes in the name of the file. AB represent append binary. मेरे बच्चों को मेरी बात यहां तक क्लियर है? मैंने ओपन किया किसकी हेल्प से? ओपन फंक्शन की हेल्प से. फाइल का नाम मेंशन किया. एंड सेकंड थिंग, इन विच मोड वी आर वर्किंग इन अ अपेंड बाइनरी मोड. यहां तक मेरे बच्चों को मेरी बात क्लियर है? अब मेरी मर्जी है, मैं जब तक चाहूं पढ़ता रहूं, मैं जब तक चाहूं डाटा राइट करता रहूं, मैं जब तक चाहूं नोटबुक में लिखता रहूं. उसके लिए मैंने लूप लिया. देयर इज अ लूप व्हिच सेज व्हाइल ट्रू. It means the loop is considered as an infinite. Infinite make a sense that there is no end point. User supposed to mention the end point which is being required whenever. जब भी रिक्वायर्ड हो, यूजर कहे तो बता दे भाई कि तेरे को जब एंड पॉइंट चाहिए. कहता बिल्कुल ठीक. लवदीप अब हमने क्या किया? व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू जतिन जी, नाउ वी आर आस्किंग फॉर अ कंटेंट employee ID. We are asking for the content that is employee name. We are asking for the content that is employee salary, because as per the structure mentioned in the question, we required three things. Okay, now it's clear. After that, when we required that particular content with the help of an input device, that is a keyboard, now my responsibility that this content is going to be stored in a list, and the name of the list is EMP. लिस्ट का नाम क्या है मेरे बच्चों? EMP. वो सारे का सारा डाटा मैंने कहां पे स्टोर कर लिया? एक लिस्ट के अंदर, दैट इज नेम्ड एज EMP. मेरे बच्चों ने अब कर लिया. बट रिमेंबर, दिस डाटा इज नेवर स्टोर्ड in a file. If you want to do the same, what you are going to do here is you are supposed to mention pickle. Pickle is the name of the module. And which kind of function you are going to perform? Read or write? Sir, write. If you want to perform write, then what we are going to mention? There is a dump. We are supposed to mention dump. And what you want to dump in that particular? We are supposed to dump the content which is being stored in a EMP along with the help of the object which we are using for opening the file, that is obj1, and that particular data is going to be right in a file that is emp12.dat. मेरी बात समझ आ गई? अभी के लिए एक डाटा आपका, एक इंफॉर्मेशन, मतलब रोल नंबर 5, नेम जतिन बालू जी और सैलरी 20 लाख रुपीस, वो आपका डाटा स्टोर हो गया. Now if you want to repeat that particular thing, because earlier stage we are mentioning while true make a sense that we are in a infinite loop. Next it says choice is equal to the variable, choice is equal to input. Do you want to enter more data? Do you want to add more data? Yes or no? It says if choice, the variable which you are using here, if not in YY, it means in spite of YY, in spite of YY, some other characters is entered. In such case, what they do? They break that particular loop. जब तक आप y और y, कैपिटल Y और स्मॉल y को छोड़ के कुछ और आप कर रहे हैं, नॉट इन, सॉरी, वो कहता है इफ चॉइस नॉट इन, ये जब तक आप वाई वाई करते रहेंगे तो वो क्या करेगा, वो आपको अलाउ करेगा कि आप लूप दोबारा चलाते रहिए, और जैसे ही आप करेंगे वाई वाई के अलावा कुछ आप करेंगे, नॉट, नॉट मींस द रिवर्स ऑफ वाई, इसके अलावा कुछ और, तो वो क्या कर देगा, ब्रेक, वो क्या कर देगा जी, ब्रेक। इसका अर्थ क्या हुआ, और मैंने लास्ट में लिखा ओबीजे वन डॉट क्लोज, इसका मतलब है कि जितना कंटेंट आपने डाला वो आपकी फाइल के अंदर जाके स्टोर हो गया। मेरे बच्चों को मेरी बात समझ आ रही है? This is the process which is used for writing the content within a particular file. Now, my dear respected students, now the content, that how we are going to write that particular data within a file is clear. I think so. Now the next function, that how we are going to display the data, and for the same, I am just going to use a function that is a display. Again, as earlier we have discussed for writing, now for reading, again we require to open that particular file. Here I am just going to make changes as we have mentioned earlier, 1, 2 with EMP. And now RB, R representing read, read, B representing binary, reading a binary file. Here we use the concept of try and exception. Why? So if say there is some kind of error is there, that error is not interrupting the program. So we are mentioning here try. After that, infinite loop again for reading the content, that is while true. Now what we are going to do is, we mentioned a pickle, that is a module dot load. Now the data is being read with the help of an object, that is a obj1. Now after reading, the content is again stored in a emp in the form of list. And they mentioned here for example, if you don't want to apply any kind of constraint here, what we are going to do here is, we are supposed to make it a comment, and after that we are supposed to change the indentation here. And what we are going to do, they simply print the entire data which is being there in the file, that is emp12.dat. Sir, is it possible that you are going to display that particular concept with the help of a practical demonstration? Yes, why not, my dear respected students? What I am going to make changes, I am going to use that particular function emp_n. What I'm going to do here is press the F5 and hit the enter key. Kindly concentrate. First of all, EMP ID, for example, EMP ID is 101. Name is, for example, Lovedeep. Salary is, for example, yes. If you want to add more data, I'm just going to enter. Next ID is this. After that, there it is. Jatin, and for example the salary is this. After that, again I have entered one more data. Yes, employee ID is 103. Okay, and name is Kavaljeet, and salary, for example, I am just going to mention here this. Okay, and I am just going to hit the enter. And now I don't want to enter more data. So for, in spite of selecting Y, I'm just going to enter N, and whenever we are going to hit the enter key, the entire content is going to be displayed on the screen, that is Lavdeep, Jatin and Kavalji. Now, my dear respected students, next things arises, which says that if you want to apply any kind of criteria here, what we are going to do here, if अगर क्या हो EMP2 क्यों लिखा, why we are mentioning EMP2? My dear respected students, EMP ID stored in a zeroth location, this name is on a first index location, and EMP salary is being stored in a location number 2. I am just going to mention agar EMP2, if EMP2 is greater than 20,000, then what you are going to do, you are supposed to print that data, otherwise there is no need to display the data. What I am going to do here, I am just going to block the input function, because earlier we have entered the data. I am just going to block that function. मेरी बात clear है? Now they only perform a display function, and whenever we are going to hit the enter key after pressing F5, the content of only two employees is going to be displayed on the screen, that is a Lavdeep and Jatin. Why so? Because they justify the criteria, that is where the salary is greater than 20,000. Sir, one more thing. Okay, no problem. Sir, for example, sir, I want to write here a zero index location. I want to mention here that is a zero index location. Okay, EMP0. Sir, EMP0, I want to mention here that which is greater than 102. For example, my constraint is this, that employer ID, they are supposed to display only those employer IDs which is greater than 102. Okay, sir. Sir, this constraint works. Okay, no problem. We are supposed to use this. I'm just going to press the F5 and hit the enter key. Whenever we are going to hit the enter key, my dear respected students, they display the content of only a particular which is greater than 102, means 103 only. Sir, one more constraint is there. Okay, sir, no problem. Sir, I'm just going to mention here that as is one is equal to uh, love deep, and I'm just going to delete this one. Okay, what it makes sense, that name is Lovedeep only. Lovedeep only. What we are going to do, again F5 and hit the enter key, and whenever we are going to see the output, they display only the content of those employee where the name is Lovedeep. Hopefully the content is cleared now, and I think so that you are able to perform this particular activity by your own.